Good morning, everyone. How are you?
Hello.
I have a very special guest with me today, and I'm super excited. This is my mom. So, her name is Margaret, and we are on vacation this week together. So, we are in the beautiful mountains in Colorado.
Oh, and by the way, it's with 24 of our special guests and friends.
Yeah, almost my whole family's here. We're missing just a couple of us, and we've got all people coming and going at different times to fit everybody's schedule, but it's exciting. So, when I was talking to Fran and telling her I was going to be gone this week and what she wanted to do, I said I could just do it on the road, and she said that would be great. So then I had the idea to ask my mom to be on with me, and so I'm super excited. So I hope you guys can join us. We thought this was a lovely backdrop. We were just on the deck of our um, unit where we're staying here in Colorado. We're right outside of Vail, and it is absolutely gorgeous. We have had a little bit of rain, but I actually love it. I love this temperature. It's 60 degrees right now, and I'm in heaven. So she needs a jacket. She needs a jacket. So, but there is some construction noise behind us. So hang on. In fact, I need to do a sound check. Um, I usually just check to see if you can hear. I think okay, so tell me, comment please if it's too loud back there and we'll move inside. But we just thought it was so beautiful out here, and it's green and it smells amazing, especially when it rains. I love it so much. So, um I know that, we're basically halfway through the summer, if not more than halfway through the summer. So, oh, we've got grandkids watching in the other room. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Let's see.
Hello.
Who do we have? We have Maggie and Kennedy, and who else?
Clara.
Clara, and my son is here. What? You want to come say hi? Come here. You should have combed your hair, though.
I'll come around this way.
Yeah, you could just come stand by Grandma. And you want to stand by me? Okay. Come say hi. This guy, you gotta lean way in. This guy has been having fun with cousins and swimming. What else have you been doing? Playing games. Huh. Do you want to tell him about what we did yesterday afternoon? You were on the team with Will and Gibson. What did you do?
Oh,
Hurry, tell him.
we did chop.
We did a chopped challenge, which was super fun. So we gave the kids mystery baskets and they had to cook. Huh.
We used AI.
Yeah.
We
Some
kind
of
of
them.
cheated a little bit.
I don't think it's cheating. I think it's using tools at your disposal, huh? So they had fun. So anyway, okay, you run back. We're going to talk. So we don't need to take all morning, but we are kind of halfway through the summer, or maybe even more than halfway through the summer now, aren't we?
Right.
Yeah, I think we are. But when you guys go on travels, maybe and we travel all year. We don't just travel in the summer. But we thought we would show you the travel things that we brought on our trip. So why don't you show something first?
Okay. Well, you know about these bags. I have my needle in with the thread right there. So I have that. I have all of my supplies in here, except for I didn't have all the thread I needed, and Liz thankfully brought it. So, but I love this because you can just put everything inside. But we went to Scotland not too long ago, and I was afraid they would take my scissors away. So Liz helped me find these little tiny scissors. And the airport didn't even know I had them. So they just clip in like that. I put them on my zipper pull, and they can go right back in there. And I have scissors with me all the time.
I love that. I have a little pair of scissors that a friend gave me, but they don't have like a string on them to attach. So I think I might need to get some of those because I think that's a great idea. So I also brought one of those projects, and I brought I brought the autumn one. She's working on Thankful. This is going to show backwards to you because we can't switch the camera. But I love this so much because you know that you just keep it all together here, you zip it up, and you know you can grab that whole bag and it's all ready to go. So even if I don't end up working on this project, I oftentimes bring it when I travel because it's so easy to grab. And sometimes I just don't end up working on it. And then I've got some supplies in there that I need. So, but one of the things I wanted to show you is this is kind of a needle case that a friend gave me as a gift. But it's just so nice for traveling. And it doesn't have to snap closed or anything. You could have a snap on it if you wanted to, but it's just beautiful. First of all, I absolutely love it. And a dear friend gave it to me. So I love that every time I use it, I think of her, but it's easy to throw in my bag. And then of course I have glasses in here. I have a Sharpie. You never know when you'll need a Sharpie. Oh, here are my little scissors. They're so cute. And mine have a little tiny leather sheath to them. But I guess it does have.
Yeah, you could put something in that.
It has a little hole thing there. I could put something there to attach it. So maybe I don't need any. And then I have real scissors because I wasn't flying on an airplane, so I could bring them. So anyway, it's just so handy to have that kind of project. So what's something else that you brought?
So this last trip, several years ago, I got this case from Missouri Star, but I've never used it until this time, and I loved it. My pattern stays right here. I'm doing a wool project. I did that one, but this I could just leave it open, and I have all of my supplies inside. I have my marker, my glue I needed for this project. I have the thread. I had this little case and it has a magnet on it. Put my different pieces in here. And in the magnet, or inside, I have thread, and it has a place for scissors. I didn't actually bring them, but anyway, thread and a needle minder and a thread needle threader. And so that works out really well. And I have absolutely loved this project because I can keep everything contained, and I put it just on the console that's in between our seats. And
if you're riding in the car, or it's the perfect size for like a airplane tray. You wanted to pull the airplane tray down.
And it zips and it keeps everything contained. And that's one of my favorite. That's my new favorite thing to travel with, because we go on trips and I get tired when we're just riding in the car, so I need to have something to do with my hands so I can stay awake and keep my husband awake. So so I'm grateful for different things to help me do that.
Those are good. Well, and I don't know if I showed you, and here I also have one of those travel tins, and this is something from Moda. You can buy these a lot of places, or I know that some years for Shop Hop, they've been given out as gifts or whatever. But they are really handy. And some of them have magnets and some of them don't. I've added a magnet to this one. But when you have little things like this, sometimes in my sewing room, I don't quite know what to do with them in my sewing room. But if traveling, they're perfect.
Right.
They're absolutely perfect. Or little pouches or whatever. I don't necessarily need them in my sewing room because I have drawers or containers or places to put things, but traveling is absolutely perfect. So I love that. And then I just brought one more project. My mom was a little bit more prepared than me. And this isn't, I guess I could stitch on this bag, but I haven't. But this one is a cross stitch, and I think I'm almost done with it. It is one of the Big Stitch Santas.
Oh, so
from Shepherd's Bush. So they are the same company that make these bag patterns. There are other companies that make bag patterns as well, but most of ours that we sell in the store are from Shepherd's Bush, and they are also known for their Big Stitch Santas. So I love this because if the lighting's not great, or if I'm on an airplane, or if I'm somewhere and I can't really see very well, this is great because it's Big Stitch, and so it's so easy to do. But And I have only worked on this pretty much on trips. And so anyway, I need to take a peek because, and maybe I even am done with this. I don't know. But I brought it because it has been something that I've traveled with a lot. And again, it's so nice because it's in this pouch, and I know that I've got everything that I need in here for it, and it's been just great. So, and I went to Shepherd's Bush, and they didn't have a kit available for it, but they helped me gather everything, so I didn't need to gather everything because I'm not a huge cross stitcher. I love Shepherd's Bush; it's a fantastic store, but I don't know where everything is, and they have so many things. So, but they are the kindest people that work there, so it's super fun. So, let's show what's this bag because I want to talk about a couple things about that.
Okay, this is just my wool project bag, and I have my wool thread on my circle thing right here. I have pins and needles in my nests. I have
And they're
pairs.
magnetic, right?
Yes. And I have my wool scissors, and I have extra needles. I have earplugs for if I'm on the airplane or whatever. I put my thread in there, pencil, needle threader at the bottom. But this bag, I've used for years, but guess where I got it from? And you see that?
It'll be backwards, but it's okay. It's from Village.
From Village. So I often take this bag, that because it just always has all my wool stuff. So even when I'm working at home on my chair watching TV, I just grab my wool supplies and do my project. But I travel with this one a lot too.
So that's a bag that she probably got a kit in many years ago. And this is I think our very smallest bag that we have. And it may have black sides now. I can't remember. But I think we have 4 or 5 sizes that we sell our kits in. And I love that when you finish the kit, to me, or I guess when I start the kit and I put it in a project box, then the bag is like a bonus. It's like a prize for starting your kit. So I think that's really cool to have that option.
Another thing you can use if air travel decides that you have to have a clear bag to take your toiletries in, it's a really good thing for that as well.
Yeah, to have a clear bag.
So that works. So,
we have a small table we're working off of.
Very small. So this is the thinnest container that I have, project container that I have that is also really good for traveling. Here's my wool project that I did on the way here in the car, in the truck. And so, but in here I also I have a baggie that just has all my templates in and for the projects that I have in this bag. And anyway, has all the things that I need, the tools that I need, thread, needle, and then my project. I'm doing pick-a-pedal, and that's here, and I'm mixing it up. It's I didn't realize when I signed up for it. Well, first of all, I forgot I signed up for it, but then Liz reminded me, and that was a good thing. But then, and it's a little bit cold out here, so I have to have this on. But anyway, I didn't realize it was a totally hand project, that you make the whole thing by hand. But I'm doing a combination. Fran has done that by machine, I saw in her things, and I'm doing a combination of doing it by hand and by machine. So anything I do this week, obviously, I will do by hand, and there's plenty of work to do. So I'm excited to have a little project.
So this is Jen Kingwell's Pick-a-Pedal, and this is called a template of the month. So we have 2 different options, and we still have a few spots, I think, in both options. I think. I haven't checked lately. But you get these acrylic templates. That's just what I wanted to show. And then you get the pattern. This is the first month's pattern, so that's the center. And many of you who've been in the store have seen this. Fran's got hers hanging in the store.
This is one I'm working on.
And I'll show you. This is a picture of the entire quilt. So see that just center one. And so it's exciting. So we have, for both options, you get the templates and the pattern. And then we have one option with fabric and one without. So my mom chose to do the one without, and she's using scraps that she has in her own stash. And she's using Kim Dill, which I'm so excited. First of all, I love Kim Dill fabrics, but I'm so excited to see the differences between yours and the other people who have done the Jen Kingwell's fabric. Jen Kingwell's fabric is so fun and bright and cheery. Jen's from Australia, and that's exactly what I thought all the fabric looked like when I was over there. Was just bright and cheery, and they just have summer so long. I guess they don't need to have dark colors. I don't know. Some people love it over there too, absolutely. But Jen's fabric is super fun. So we've got both options. We just started month 2. So if you want to sign up for either of those, you would get month 2 and month 1 right away. And then you could go. And then we're doing a free club every month. And Fran is just kind of showing you any tips or tricks that she learned doing hers. And I think people have had a lot of fun doing that as well. So, okay. So Marianne's joining from Florida. Hello, Marianne. I bet it's a little bit warmer than 60 degrees where you're at, right? Are you melting in July in Florida? Thanks for joining. And then Vicky said she started one of those big stitch Santa cross stitches 2 years ago and you need to get back on it. You should. And then let us know what it looks like. Cause, I don't know if, I know they come out with a new one every year. So I don't know if I had the new one, and I think I bought mine a couple of years ago too. So in fact, I know I did, but, we were just talking, we did a Shepherd's Bush tour for Village Vibes pretty early on. So I'll go find that and I'll put a link on our page for that Village Vibes that we did with them. It was super fun. I'm pretty sure I bought the big stitch that day when we went and did that tour with them. So it was super fun. And there's just so many things that I like to do. But I did want to say thank you to my mom because she's the one who really gave me the love of creating. She sewed, I remember her sewing a lot when I was growing up. And you sewed mostly garments, would you say?
Clothes.
You sewed our clothes. And I remember having things that my mom would sew me. And not everything. We didn't wear 100% things that you sewed. But beautiful dresses that we had. We would have matching dresses for Easter or Christmas or whatever. But I think I got that from my mom. Now, funny story, though.
Just a minute. I do not sell clothes now.
I don't either. But funny story, I don't know. I find it funny now. But my mom and I have always, I think, had a really good relationship. And we've always got along really well. Except as a child, when I lived with her, when she tried to teach me how to sew. It never went well. And I think the timing was just always poor. And, you know, probably there were times when you really wanted to teach me and I didn't want to learn, or I wanted to learn and you didn't have time to teach me. It was just a poor combination. So I just find that so ironic that we have such a good relationship and always have, except when it came to sewing. Now, and so then when I went to college, I took a sewing class and I really learned how to use a machine, and I did learn how to make garments. And I decided very early on that I didn't enjoy that. And that's probably why, because I didn't want to make clothes. And so then I kind of had a sewing machine. My mom got me a sewing machine the year I got married. And I always had it, and I sewed different things. And a lot of things that I sewed were bags and purses. I found that I really enjoyed doing that. And then when I quit my full-time career, actually 10 years ago, is that crazy?
That's amazing.
I've been retired for 10 years. That's when I felt like I had time in my life to start sewing. So that's when I started. And of course, my mom, who had been quilting, at that point, you'd been quilting for probably 15 years. She was thrilled.
It was so fun.
And I had actually gone to shop hops a few years before I started quilting, just to go because I thought it was a fun girls outing. And we'd go to lunch and we'd spend the day together, and it was so much fun. But now I love that we have that connection.
And we do it through FaceTime. Lots of times she'll be sewing and I'll be sewing, so we FaceTime and do it together. And we do it with friends and
with other family. We've mentioned that here before, but it's such a fun way to stay connected, and I really love it. We live about an hour apart, and so we do get together sometimes and sew in person, but FaceTime is just so easy.
It is.
We don't have to pack anything up. Both of us have our own space. We're not in each other's way. But we both have spaces big enough that we could come sew if we need to and if we want to. So we definitely have done a mixture of both. In fact, for the last couple of years for my birthday, that's what I've asked for, is for her to come spend a day with me and sew. And so that's so fun because we should make some more time to do it, but we just don't. And so finally for my birthday, I'm like, I get a free card. I get to ask for something.
And it's a blessing to me too. I love to do that.
So I love that that's one of the things that quilting could do, is and even just crafting in general, it could connect people. And all the people that I've done different crafts with, I've scrapbooked with, or even, going to Shepherd's Bush, or quilting, or cross stitching, or knitting, or needle punch, or rug hooking, some of those things we do at the store. But just the nicest, kindest people. We had a retreat a couple weeks ago for Second Saturday, and I had so much fun with our customers that came. They were just so sweet and kind, and we laughed and we told each other stories about our childhood, and we shared things, and we gave each other opinions. Do you like this? Do you not like this? Should I fix this? Or if someone forgot something, then if someone said, I've got it, they can borrow it. So I just think that's such a cool and unique, special thing, because if you go, like, for example, if you go to the golf course and you tell the guy next to you, hey, I forgot my driver, can I borrow your driver? They're going to be like, no. Maybe not. Maybe I'm not being kind to the golfers. I don't know, but it's just unique to me. I think it's just unique. And we just have the nicest people that we work with in our store. So anything else you want to say?
No, I don't think so. This has been really fun. It's always fun to be with Liz.
Yeah, we're having a great time. So we're going to be here several more days, and we're excited. It's already going by too fast, but I love my family. And so getting to spend time with all of them, and my sisters and my nieces and nephews and my brothers and my in-laws, super fun. So yeah, so we will leave off. We're going to have a special guest next week as well. He made a special appearance today. So, but we'll be back home. We'll be with Fran, and it's going to be fun Village Vibes next week too. So we hope you can join us. I hope you have a great week. Make some time for sewing, make some time for yourself, and be kind to those people around you, because it's important.
Love your family.
Love your family. It's good. Give everyone a hug. Okay. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.